What's up, guys? Today we will be comparing the Pixel 6a to the iPhone 14. Pixel 6a, one of my favorite mid-range phones this year. It's very impressive in terms of the image quality, which we will check out later on. But let's go ahead and check out the hardware. So both of these phones actually about the same size. Pixel a little bit taller than the 14. As far as the build quality, you do have a plastic back on the Pixel, which actually a lot of people were mistaking as glass, but it is plastic. And then you have these metal railings, the iPhone glass back, and you also have metal railings on here. They both feel just extremely solid in the hand, very premium devices. I love the design on both of these phones. Pixel just with a very unique design. I just really love that Google just went really distinct with this look. Yeah, so they both, or the iPhone has IP68, dust and water resistant. Now the Pixel, on the other hand, it does have IP67, dust and water resistant though. So as far as the build quality goes, just two very solid feeling phones, and actually somewhat, easy to hold, very compact. All right, so let's talk about the specs a little bit more. So we do have the Apple A15 chip, 128 gigs of internal storage and 6 gigs of RAM. The Pixel does have Google's Tensor chip on here. It also has 128 gigs of internal storage and 6 gigs of RAM. Day-to-day use feels pretty much on par with each other. The Pixel does have somewhat of a strong chipset, even compared to the iPhones, but as we can see, it did beat it in the Geekbench scores. But when you're just doing your day-to-day tasks and stuff like that, they feel pretty much on par with each other. They're both 60 hertz displays, so they both feel about the same in smoothness when scrolling. Games might be a bit different though. The iPhone might launch games a little bit quicker. Yeah, for sure. So we do see like a bit of a difference there on launching video games. You see that sort of extra power. But in general, gaming performance is going to be pretty much on par with each other. So if you guys want to check out the Pixel 6a gaming test I did when played Fortnite, Call of Duty, it does a really great job for a mid-ranger. So the Pixel coming in at $400 versus the iPhone coming in at $829. It does somewhat of a good job in comparison. You guys can see there, not a massive speed difference, but you do see a little bit of a difference there. Alright, so in terms of the settings and stuff like that, it will play PUBG. HDR Extreme is the max for the iPhone here. Runs very smooth. The Pixel, it should be able to play HDR Extreme, but it can only do HDR Ultra. It can do Smooth Extreme. But the chip is definitely capable. I think it's just an optimization sort of thing. But yeah, the gaming experience is going to be great for the casual gamer. Either way you go, they both will play games really well. Alright, let's check out some additional features, starting with the stereo speakers on both. We're at max volume. Speakers sound very similar. Yeah, the iPhone might have slightly a bit punchier bass to it, but they're very, very close in terms of quality. Yeah, so just two excellent sounding speakers, very close in quality. iPhone is a little bit punchier with the bass. Also, let's talk about the biometrics. So you do have the face unlock. Unfortunately, Google does not give you the option to, or you do have the fingerprint scanner. Google does not give you the option to do face unlock on the Pixel, unfortunately. And with the iPhone, it's the same thing. You do have Face ID on here, but you have no other implementation. So you guys know I always prefer, two methods. Let's go ahead and talk about some other additional features. You do have wireless charging on the 14. The 6a does not have any type of wireless charging as well. You do have NFC on both of these guys as well too. Let's go ahead and talk about the image quality. This might surprise you guys when you see the side-by-side still. So the iPhone 14 does have a 12 megapixel standard and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide. It shoots in 4K 60 and then a 12 megapixel selfie cam that also shoots in 4K 60. On the Pixel, you have a 12.2 megapixel standard and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide. It shoots in 4K 60 with an 8 megapixel selfie cam that shoots in 1080p 30. So take a look at these side by side stills and let me know which camera you thought was better. Alright guys, here is the video on the Pixel. We do have our 0.6. We have our 2x. Alright. Alright guys, here's the video on the 14. There's our 0.5. And there's no, telephoto, so you do have a manual zoom or digital zoom. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the battery life experience. So if you want to know which phone is going to get you better screen on time, definitely going to be the iPhone here. It will get you better screen on time. The Pixel though, I'm still able to get a full day's use out of this phone. I'm able to get around 6 hours, but you can definitely get more than 6 hours of screen on time on your iPhone, especially if you're doing like gaming and stuff like that. This phone will just last you a little bit longer here. And also you do have the advantage of wireless charging on the iPhone as well, which is something that the 6A lacks. But yeah, so I was pretty impressed with the Pixel in terms of speed. The image quality really blew me away. Like I said, I love the Pixel image quality, or the image processing. So be sure to let me know, what do you guys think, and I will catch you guys in the next one.